What's up, YouTube? We got a very bright light, dang. But I got my oil and my filter in today, so we are going to change it on this bad boy. So right now, as you can see, it's letting it warm up a little bit. The tools you're going to need, obviously you're going to need some oil and a filter and a 14 millimeter, and actually just two 14 millimeters. You need a socket to take to drain the right there, drain that, the reservoir. And then see if we can see it. Right in there, dead center in the middle. It's another 14 millimeter. That's to drain the engine. So like I said, we're gonna let it warm up. Okay, well, the four-wheeler's nice and warmed up. So now what you're gonna do is drain the oil. And what you can do too is just pull the cap off. I'm gonna let it breathe a little better. Break this off, which actually wasn't very tight at all. And drain into your oil pan. Which is lots of fun. You know what? I'm probably gonna have to purge the system. This thing, we'll see if you can see it on there. It's actually got a good bit of gunk on it. So probably take the line off the back, not a bad thing to do. It's got that much on here. The filter, that little filter in the back will probably have a good bit of chunks on it as well, and we don't want any of that. So we'll drain this out, clean out the filter, the inline filter, and we'll keep moving along here. Okay, on the other side here, you see that right there, and that is where you will put your wrench up through. And let me see if we can even get this on here. Put your 14 mil on there, and let me see. Yep, there you go. Actually loosened it up a little bit earlier, but that's it. Make sure your drain pan's underneath it and get ready to catch it. Okay, see it's dripping. Not too bad of a design that they put it in there like that, you know, you can get your wrench up there pretty easily, but getting it out with your hand, I mean, my gosh, it's a little tight, get a little messy, but nothing wrong with that. A little oil doesn't hurt you. Like I said, we're gonna let this drain out a little bit and then put the plug back in, and then we're gonna take that line off right there that's right in the back of the reservoir. And inside of that, there's gonna be a little screen mesh filter we're going to take out and clean up. Then after that, we got to purge it, which I've never done it before, but it seems pretty darn self-explanatory, and it's pretty easy that you just, one of the lines of, it's hard to see, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get an actual video of it, but one of the vent tubes is you grip it for about like a couple seconds or so, and then you open it back up, and you should hear some air go through. And if you hear the air, then you're good to go. So I don't know. We'll try it out. We'll see what happens here. Well, actually, I'm going to go and get the manual, because if you're not super familiar with something, it's not a bad idea to look at the manual. Everybody says, "Oh, don't read the instructions." Yeah, well, Polaris, the engineers will know a little bit more than I do. So we're going to go and look at that, and I'll even show it to you so you can look at it directly. Like I said, wait for this bad boy to drain. Ooh, messy, messy. Okay, got it out. Surprisingly, focus, it's clean. But yeah, that's what I use. Just a set of regular pliers, and then crescent wrench. Unscrew it, and that was about it. It's pretty easy. So what we're gonna do is put everything back together. We got to change the oil filter, which is extremely self-explanatory, guys, but we'll look at it here. just right there. And we just pull that off, let it drain out, put new filter on it, fill it up, and do the purge sequence. And should be good to go. Well, here we go. There's the oil pump priming. We're looking to clamp or pinch off the vent line 2 inches from the oil tank, between the end of the oil tank vent fitting and the vent line's pressure relief slit. Run the engine for 10 to 20 seconds. Remove the vent line clamp if the line is... Okay, so easy enough. Like I said, you guys can pause that and read it 14 times if you want to, but that'll work. And it's from the vent. I don't think we can see it from up top. I think it's actually on the other side here. Yeah, it's on the back side of this guy. So we will go up there and we'll put a clamp on there, clamp it down, fire this bad boy. Okay, this is going to be pretty hard to see, but you can kind of see my vice grips back there. And let's see if I can get in there. It's very tight, but right here is where the slit is. You can actually put your fingernail in there. You can feel it. So that's where that relief is. So that's in relation, it's right here, the tank, and go up top. You can't take the vent. I think the vent goes the whole way back to the airbox, and you cannot do that because of that relief that's in the middle of the that slit. So cannot go to the tank and clamp it there because it will not work. Well, let's give it a shot. I think I got it. Letting it warm up now, making sure everything's good to go, but I did that procedure of clamping that and taking it off. I could not hear any noises like a puff of air or anything like that, but whenever I checked the oil level did go down. And if you drain it all out, they're saying about 2 quarts is what you need, but if you drain it all out, it's like 2.25 quarts. It's a little bit more than 2 quarts. I actually just got done resetting this on these. When you restart these quads and their time limit's up for the service, let me shut this off now. Okay. What happens is there will be a wrench right here and it'll just flash. Let me see if I can show you guys how to actually do it. You want to turn this off. You're going to wait like 10 seconds. Okay, 10 seconds is up. The shifter was in neutral. I checked it whenever it was on, and what we do is we set the brake. Okay, and this one I'll actually have to put the camera down for a second, but what you do is you hold this button while you turn the key on, not on to fire it up, just on. Once it pops up, you let go of this one, and it should get into a screen. We'll see if I can get into it. Let's try it out. Okay, so that gets you into that screen, and you can see the wrench I was talking about. And what you want to do is you just hit this button. You can scroll through it, and let me see, right there. Okay, so it's off. That's the time limit. Usually, I think, well, just hold it again and see what happens. If you hold it off, there you go. Okay, now this will turn it to how many hours you want it to until you need a new service. So we're gonna take it, they say they take it to 50 hours, so we'll take it to 50 hours. And that's just pushing the button to get it there. Okay, and honestly, I think that's about all we do. I'm gonna wait, yeah, 50 hours. So now you can see the time is up here. We got 50 hours until it needs serviced again. And once it hits 0, that's when it's gonna start flashing that. So yeah, and that's about it. I don't exactly know how to go through the rest of these things. I have no idea. I'm assuming that's voltage. But again, not 100% sure on what all these are meaning, but I know that's a menu. So something else cool to do, but that's just a little heads up on how to do that. All right, we should be good. I gotta wait for the darn air filter to come in. Once the air filter comes in, we're gonna grease a couple more things, and the quad's gonna be ready to go. I gotta take it out and wash it and get it all ready to go, because that's what I do for everybody. All my customers, if they bring something over to me, they get washed, waxed. It's like a a free thing I do. It makes the quads and cars and stuff look like new again. Yeah, but seemed to be okay. Pretty easy. I was worried about the purging, but I think we got it. It seems like I got it. So if the motor doesn't blow up, then we're good to go. So I'm pretty confident in it. But cool little ride. We got it, like I said, clean it up and good to go. All right, guys. Well, I'm not going to make a video on doing the air filter because that's pretty much basic. But I think it's going to be an air filter, and I'm going to get a spark plug. I'll put that in there too. And like I said, probably won't do a video on that because it's kind of real easy stuff. This was just something that's a little more complex and raises some questions. I figured I'd post it on YouTube so somebody else can see it out and check it out. Yeah, if you guys liked it, give it a big thumbs up. If not, give it a thumbs down, and give me, if I did something wrong, you saw something was done not up the spec, let me know, because I don't want to do it wrong. I like doing everything correctly. That's just what I saw, and that's what I did a little bit of research on this thing, and I think we're good to go. So like I said, we've got more videos like this coming. If you like it, subscribe, and again, give a big thumbs up. All right, see you guys.